Hey everyone, Norm Hamilton here from Norm Hamilton Photography. I'm excited to show you ON1 Photo Raw 2020. This is a full-featured RAW organizer and editor that doesn't force you into a subscription. That means that not only do you have a great RAW organizer and editor, but you're not going to have to be paying constantly. Furthermore, if for some reason you couldn't afford the subscription you have, you wouldn't be able to edit your RAW images any longer. With ON1 Photo Raw 2020, it's no longer an issue. The features and quality alone of ON1 Photo Raw 2020 are reason enough to dump those subscriptions. So what are the features? There's fast browsing. You can use existing folder structure, or if you want, you can import, catalog, and create albums if you wish. It's all your choice. You're not forced to do anything that you don't want to do. Organizational features also include rating, labeling, keywords, and more. Manage your keywords with a keyword list. There's a map view that allows you to add GPS coordinates to images that lack that feature. Add whatever metadata you like, including creator, copyright, EXIF, IPTC, and more. Full editing features include all the sliders. You have choices for a multitude of things like focus mask, detail view, compare view, and so much more. So are you ready? Let's have a look. Hey everyone, here we are in ON1 Photo Raw's Browse module. When you first open up ON1 Photo Raw, it'll automatically be in the Browse module. And from here, we can find our files, we can organize things, browse, look for everything, and in general, just keep everything nicely organized. Up on the top left-hand side here, if you want to catalog your folders and files, you can do that. Or you can just use Browse the same way you would use like a Windows Explorer. Also, there's a tab for presets. Now, I'm going to go through all of this fairly quickly and just do an overview of things. Later on, I'll be doing individual videos, short videos on the different features so that you don't have to spend a lot of time and then just get all confused. It'll be one thing at a time. So continuing down the left-hand column here, you can create albums, which this is an album showing here for this particular demo. You can do all kinds of searching, and in your searches, you can organize by likes, star ratings, colors, hearts. There's just all kinds of ways of doing your advanced searching. Going further down, if you want to use ON1 Photo Raw for shooting tethered, you can connect your camera to your computer, and ON1 Photo Raw will then control the camera and you can take the shots from there. You can hide this pane so you have more space to work with by clicking the button down in the lower left here. To automatically reach your preferences, this little icon again down in the lower left, click the icon, your preferences panel will show up. Over in the right hand pane, if you select a particular file, you can get your info from that. You can set keywords, do a preset, like here if I do this, it'll pre-populate a bunch of things for this. There's different ways of getting into the edit page module, so I'll get into that in just a minute. But just before we do that, if you want to organize these differently, they're down in the bottom here. You can switch the different ways that they're shown on the screen. So some of the ways to get into the edit module are over here on the right hand side. You can open files in layers. You can open them to create a panorama, you can do HDR work, or you can do focus stacking. So just a quick example of that is if we select these three files and click on HDR, it goes ahead and does those up into an HDR for you. Just that simple. Then it'll save it and open the edit module so that you can work on it more closely. Focus stacking is the same thing. Take these files. I'm gonna just take the first 8 here, and if we're doing focus stacking, then it'll put all of those together. It'll load the images and then blend them all together into a focused stack. This takes a little bit longer because it has to align everything. And while we're waiting, you can see down here that once it does get the focus stack on the screen, you'll be able to change some things here as well. So now the stack is there and it's all focused from front to back. Same thing for panorama. You take these and you just click panel, and it'll load them all up and create the panorama. What I have found with ON1 Photo Raw is that the panel actually shows more after you save it than what the example does that comes up on the screen as it's doing the work here. Again, it has to align things and set it all up, so it creates the panel here. The other way of opening them would be just to select as many files as you want and then go to layers. Something else you can do to get into the edit panel is you select your file that you want to work with, and you can go up in the top right here, click the edit, and it'll load the file. Now the quickest thing to do in order to work with these files, a quick way to get started is just to click the AI Auto here, and from there it'll do what it thinks is the best thing to do, and then you'll be able to modify from there. So if we just click on AI Auto, you can see it immediately. It brightens things up. So let's say we want to bring up the shadows a little bit more, drop the highlights a bit, maybe drop the exposure just a touch, that kind of thing. You can do right here in the Develop tab. Over on the left-hand side, we'll go back down here and turn this panel back on. You have all of these presets that you can use. There's a lot of different choices here, and it gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. If you want to get a larger view of that, just click this little icon here, and it'll fill the screen with a larger size so you can see what it's going to do should you choose to use any of the presets. A couple of other things that are really exciting about ON1 Photo Raw is the local adjustment. On local adjustment, what that's for is so that you can just take a particular area of the image and do an adjustment on that if you wish. So here, if we wanted to darken this little spot here, we could do that, and then again you can modify that any way you like. One of the more exciting things you can do with ON1 Photo Raw is all of these preset filters. There's 40 of them here, and each one of them has a ton of options inside of it to work with. Let's say we wanted to add some dynamic contrast. Let's turn it off, turn it back on again. You can see the difference it makes. And inside of that you can do all kinds of changes on that as well. Again, I'm not going to get into this in depth because I'm going to be doing more videos to help you work with that. So down in here we can deal with things like the details for sharpening, noise reduction, lens correction. It'll do that automatically, and so on. So all of this stuff is available to you should you choose to use the presets or just work with it manually on its own. So that's a quick overview of ON1 Photo Raw. Again, subscribe to the channel, to my channel, because I'm going to be doing more videos on each little feature as it goes along, and I'll keep them short so that you don't end up having to try and memorize an hour's worth of stuff. ON1 Photo Raw at on1.com has a ton of tutorials as well. It's a great resource. Okay, so thanks, and we'll talk to you later. And there it is. Look, ON1 Photo Raw 2020 is an excellent choice for your RAW photo organizer and editor. And again, there's no subscription. You'll find a link below for you to download a free trial version and give it a try. If you find this video helpful and or interesting, give it a thumbs up below and subscribe to this channel for more upcoming photo tips and review videos. This is Norm Hamilton. Have a great day.